Filipinos generally possess versatility. Therefore, many of us migrate from one place to another due to various social, economic, and political factors. One of these critical factors is the slow onset events of climate change. Since the Philippines is located in the Pacific Ring of Fire, it becomes more vulnerable to climate variations. Thus, the national government, through the Commission on Population and Development, partners with the German Agency for International Cooperation, or the GIZ, on addressing sustainable management of human mobility in the context of climate change, or the HMCCC. The GIZ provided technical assistance such as capacity building of population and development integration, or POPDEV focal persons, development of knowledge management portal, digitalization of Registry of Barangay Inhabitants and Migrants, or RBIM tool orientation, technical assistance integrating HMCCC in communication and development plans, and development of knowledge management tools such as working paper series on internal migration. Let us now hear from the project implementers how these initiatives on the HMCCC help in the implementation of the Philippine Population and Development Program, or the PPDP.
I'm Eileen Serrano, the Chief of the Policy Development and Data Management Division of the Commission on Population and Development. The GIC has been working with us since 2016, 2017, and it has been supporting our climate change advocacies in terms of policy making. As you know, the Philippines is severely affected by the negative effects of climate change. Natural calamities are common, and this has led to migration, particularly in affected areas. POPCOM as an organization considers three population processes. These are births, deaths, and migration. Population is consequently affected by the movements of those three. The first two, the births and deaths, is easily determined. However, nobody has kept track or is tracking local migration patterns. And with this in mind, the RBIM the Registry of Barangay Inhabitants came into conception in the Philippines. Primarily, it is a database that contains information about the residents and migrants living in a specific barangay, which is the smallest administrative division in the country. Now, the purpose of the RBIM is to keep track of the population of each barangay and to provide a comprehensive and updated database for use in various government programs and services. Now, what the GIZ did was to digitize it. So it went from regular RBIM and then RBIM version 2 and now the digitization. And we are very thankful because digitization can bring significant benefits to local government units in the Philippines, like includes improved efficiency. It costs, there is a reduction in the cost, and digitization of local government operations and services can lead to streamlined processes. And of course, it can reduce paperwork, resulting in faster and more efficient delivery of public service and efficiency in the government. Okay, it can then lead on to more transparency and improved data management and enhanced citizens' engagement. So until now, we are still using this RBIM version 2, but we are leveling up in the coming months for the RBIM digitalization, and GIZ has been helping us a lot through technical assistance, and so we are very much grateful. Thank you.
I'm Lyra Borja of the Capacity Development and Field Operations Division of POPCOM. The CDFOD is a relatively new division. Nonetheless, we are fortunate enough to receive technical assistance from the GIZ. As part of building and strengthening the performance of our core tasks and functions, the GIZ initially provided CDFOD with an orientation and capacity development. The orientation introduced to us the basic concepts of capacity development as well as its essential processes and practical tools. It was followed by a training workshop to build the awareness and capacities of the central and regional staff of POPCOM in localizing the concept of human mobility in the context of climate change, or the HMCCC. It's basically understanding HMCCC and identifying entry points of integration in local initiatives. We are also engaged in the joint efforts of POPCOM and GIZ in digitalizing the Registry of Barangay, Inhabitants, and Migrants as part of capacitating the local government units in establishing a local population and development database as inputs to local development planning. Moving forward, we will endeavor to integrate all the inputs of the GIZ in our continued undertakings to localize the population and development program. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the GIZ for its unwavering support to POPCOM in our effort to empower the Filipino families and communities.
I'm Susan Codotco, Division Chief of KNCD. As part of the partnership of POPCOM and GIZ, POPCOM received technical assistance from the Human Mobility in the Context of Climate Change program in developing a knowledge management portal under the POPCOM main website. This is a public-facing portal where knowledge products generated by the HMCCC program are uploaded to enable sharing with POPCOM's clients on the learnings on internal migration in the context of climate change. Moving forward, we hope that the portal will be responsive to the needs of both external and internal stakeholders in terms of providing a venue for knowledge sharing for all knowledge products relative to internal migration in the context of climate change, and to create space to tackle issues and provide interventions on climate change and its effect on human mobility.
My name is Deogracia Silva. I'm presently the Planning Officer 4 and concurrently the Acting Division Chief of the Planning, Monitoring, and Evaluation Division. Our current activity with GIZ is the Local Development Planning Journey. The activity aims to enhance POPCOM's capacities in scaling up climate change and human mobility through the POPDEV integration approach in the formulation of local development plans. It will capacitate POPCOM staff to develop and use key messages encouraging LGUs to integrate climate change and human mobility indicators in their plans. GIZ and staff help POPCOM with the facilitation and documentation, lead the implementation of the training, and co-design the training program and the venue and accommodation of the participants. The participants, equipped with enhanced understanding of the interrelationship of climate change and human mobility, shall utilize their learnings in developing strategies to integrate climate change and human mobility in local development planning.
POPCOM commits to continue to adopt and integrate the concepts and interrelationships between human mobility and climate change. In addition, it will also take the lead for the HMCCC mainstreaming and the population and development programs and strategies.